This was a night for dreams, some broken, some fulfilled. It was a night which belonged to America. Carrie Strugg's defining moment would come to symbolize the courage and tenacity of 7 American women. They came to Atlanta as underdogs. They would leave as gold medalists. Can you imagine what it was like being Russian that night? Rotation after rotation, one by one, the American team was nearly flawless. The final rotation, the final vaulter.
Carrie, listen to me. You can do it. Yes. 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 Right. Carrie, don't slow down. Don't slow down. Yes. And right.
Unbelievable. I mean, I've never experienced anything like that.
And still to this day, you know, we'll be sitting around and be like, can you believe we really did that? And it's just amazing how everything looked like it came so easy for us. Everybody was so aggressive and so strong.
There's a special bond because of what we accomplished. I mean, we went down in history together.
I still can't believe that our team was so perfect.
Well, at the Olympics, we were basically teammates, but now we're like family, like sisters.
We know that we're going to be friends forever now.
Today, for the first time, from the Miami Arena, the Magnificent 7 are reunited.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Miami. Tom Hammond and Elfie Schlegel ready to bring you an event that has a definite golden glow about it. In fact, you might say it's been over a year in the making. You'll remember after the Atlanta Olympics, the U.S. women's gymnastic team that won the gold medal split into 2 tours, 6 of the women on one tour and Carrie Strug on the other. Well, now for the first time, they're reunited, and Elfie, a lot of excitement among the athletes.
Oh, and Tom, they're quite happy to be back together. I think there was a great deal of confusion during that transition period, and when they finally figured out where they needed to be, it was back to the beginning as the Magnificent 7, just trying to rekindle that spirit, that magic from '96.
Well, now, this is not a competition. It's an exhibition. That sometimes means more glitz than substance, but that's not really the case here, is it?
Well, these athletes have really had a great deal of fun just putting together some of the group numbers, and it's been quite a challenge, but what you'll see from the individual performances, you'll be quite amazed because these athletes still have the stuff. They're doing routines that we saw from '96.
Supposed to wear a leotard.
It took about a week to turn a bunch of gymnasts into a touring company of showmen. A Las Vegas choreographer was brought in. Everyone had to learn new tricks. They are gymnasts, after all.
All right. So.
But they're kind of like rock stars. As the tour hit the road, they settled into their new digs. In Florida, where it all began, the fans were ready. They still train, but it's the showbiz life. 33 cities in 2 months.
I'm really excited. I think this is going to be great for the sport of gymnastics and for all of us, you know, to be together and to bring that feeling back.
And we'll see early how they've captured the show business feeling with their version of River Dance. And so the show is underway, and we'll be back to Miami with individual performances when the gymnastics reunion continues.
The Olympic Gymnastics Gold Medal Reunion is brought to you by John Hancock, worldwide sponsor. Insurance for the unexpected, investments for the opportunities. By BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by AT&T, it's all within your reach.
They're the sheep, and we are the shepherds. We tell them that college is the doorway. We tell them to prepare for the future. But the question remains, will we?
Excuse me, is the seat taken?
With the power of new Visa Platinum, you can rent a villa in St. Bart's, while away the long tropical days, sharing Coquille Saint-Jacques with Nastasia Kinski. Of course, you're fired. You'd lose your job. You hate Coquille Saint-Jacques, and Nastasia is actually dating a European kickboxer called
Serge.
But with the exceptional purchase power of the new Visa Platinum card, isn't it really nice to know you could? Visa Platinum, it's everywhere you want to be.
Welcome back to the gymnastics reunion. Dominique Moceanu now with a floor exercise. Now a junior in high school. She was 16 on September 30th. Looking forward to getting that driver's license. She's going to take a few lessons first.
Dominique Moceanu.
Tom, it's been fun watching Dominique back with her group of girls. She's got a few more smiles than I've seen all year round. She's had a little bit of a rough competitive year, but this seems to be her element. This is a complete 180 in terms of the style of music. It's the techno style for Moceanu. I asked her why she chose the music. She said, well, I'm not a pixie anymore.
Dominique Moceanu.
So from Dominique Moceanu to the young lady that captured the hearts of the world in Atlanta, Carrie Strug, now a student at UCLA and a volunteer gymnastics coach there, pledged to sorority Kappa Alpha Theta and doing her best to be just a typical college student. Not easy.
You know, the injury that Carrie suffered at the '96 Olympic Games really kept her out of the sport for close to a year. She hasn't been able to train that much on that angle, but this is one event that she was able to get some practice time on.
But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting.
There's the familiar sight of Bella Caroli on tour with the team.
Then I can do it if I just believe it.
Remember, Carrie wasn't part of this tour last year. She says she's back in her comfort zone with her teammates.
And now on beam, Amy Chow, a student at Stanford University, living in the same complex as Chelsea Clinton. Yes, she has met Chelsea and talked with her.
One thing that has definitely not suffered is her gymnastic ability. Amy is still capable of doing all the skills she performed in Atlanta.
God may know why, still I will get by. You would have known that you'd have to go. So suddenly, so fast. How could it be that a sweet memory would be all that we
Talked about Amy's fame. She had to take her name off her dorm room door at Stanford. She had so many well-wishers coming by.
every day I go on, but life's just not the same. I'm so empty inside, and my tears I can't hide, but I'll try to face the pain, though I'm missing you.
One thing I've noticed from all the girls during the rehearsals is they have plenty to talk about these days, but Amy Chow, well, she's still not a great talker. Still pretty quiet.
But her performance still speaks volumes.
Unbelievable gymnastics. Still looks the same.
Amy Chow still has that golden glow. And what about Shannon Miller? Was that gold medal on the beam in Atlanta her last?
It was a very nice ending, if that's the end of my Olympic career. And if it is, then I can, go out extremely happy, happier than I ever thought I could be about winning medals. And if not, then hopefully I can do better in Sydney.
You are a messenger of hope, and the only one in whom the future can be entrusted. Is it not time, then, to prepare for the journey ahead? You are a survivor. You are alone, but you are strong.
can do it. Meet the new Xerox DocuPrint M32. It prints 32 pages a minute. It sorts, too. And can staple like this, and this, and this.
Printer don't do all that.
Xerox does. Tell them the best part, Pee-wee.
Starts at $2,900. Yeah, we can go to lunch.
The Document Company, Xerox.
If I ran the post office, I'd give busy people like me a break. Get around lines, give them a way to grab things themselves. And please, let's take credit cards. We'd stay open later, and I'd put little post offices all over, like in stores. Oh, don't forget self-adhesive stamps.
Angel stamps. Again?
And then we'd go on the internet.
It's happening at your U.S. Postal Service. We deliver.
Here's Amanda Borden getting ready for her routine on bars, the team captain in Atlanta, and soon to enter college at a branch of the University of Cincinnati in her hometown, wants to be a teacher.
And still putting in quite a few hours in the gym. She told me that she was still training up to 6 hours a day, taking this tour very seriously. And Tom's still very much the team captain. She has been the leader on this gymnastic tour.
Amanda Borden.
And from the team captain to the most recognizable athlete, Shannon Miller, who represented the United States both in Barcelona and in Atlanta, currently a student at Oklahoma University. She actually went to the World University Games and won a gold medal in the all-around.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your blind tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise.
I asked Shannon what inspired her to choose this piece of music, and she said, well, you know, Garth Brooks is one of my favorites. I've been to 2 of his concerts, and he's from Oklahoma.
I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey rounds and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis, so I've got a friend.
A new dimension to Shannon Miller.
I remember I did the best bar routine of my life, and you know, after that it was kind of like, wow, you know, everyone on bars hit, we were set, you know, the whole, I mean, you could just feel it after bars that everyone was on and the competition was going to be great.
Relatively new dismount for JC. Handles it well. JC Phelps gets the Americans off to a strong start.
In her first Olympic Games. And that is pressure personified.
No question, that was the most important role this team had to play. The start-off person, and JC handled the pressure well. She really did set the tone.
She's 18 years old today. Let's hear it for J.C. Phelps.
So the high school senior performing on her birthday.
Unfortunately, I thought we might be seeing JC in international competition after the Olympic Games, but she's had some pretty bad knees. One in particular, she's waiting a meniscus transplant, which she'll have in December following the tour.
She'll let you in her house if you come knocking late at night. She'll let you in her mouth if the words you say are right. If you pay the price, she'll let you deep inside.
JC's parents, Cheryl and Jack, are in the audience today, and I asked them, what do you get an 18-year-old for her birthday? And they said, well, all she really wants is clothes and money and a checking account.
She'll let you go driving around. She'll let you into the parts of herself that'll bring you down. She'll let you in her heart if you got a hammer and a vise, but into the secret and don't think twice.
Well, if all goes well with the knee operation, Tom, she will probably consider the 2000 Olympics in Sydney.
How far did you get? That place where
J.C. Phelps with her birthday, and coming up next, Dominique Dawes with a bittersweet Olympic story you may not have heard.
Someday there will be no subways or corporate ladders to climb. If retirement is a bridge to be crossed when we get there, then we must accept whatever lies ahead of us. If it is one we must build, then let us begin.
A year ago, 7 remarkable young women won gold and made history. Now you can relive their triumph time and time again. Call 1-800-680-0168 and order Atlanta's Magnificent 7, NBC's official collector's video. From the grace of the compulsories to the drama of Terry Strug's vault, we give you the best seat in the house. Just $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping. This tape is not available in stores, so call 1-800-680-0168 and order today.
Honey, you went out for milk 3 days ago. Come home now.
It's just more fun to drive. The all-new Accord from Honda.
They let him out of jail, but she's planning her own escape.
I'm gonna kill my husband.
Don't do this!
This time he'll listen.
Every 9 seconds, NBC Sunday.
We continue from Miami, and Dominique Dawes will be on the uneven bars, now a student at the University of Maryland. This summer, she appeared on Broadway. She had a part in Grease, also took some classes at NYU while she was living in Manhattan.
She can still swing a mean set of uneven bars routines. And, you know, she hasn't ruled out Sydney 2000, which has been surprising.
team members, Dominique Dawes' Olympic experience was the most bittersweet. 2 nights after the team gold, she faced gymnastics glamour event, the all-around.
9-8-1-2, so a tremendous start for the United States' Dominique Dawes. Dominique Dawes is in gold medal position. She has 2 more routines to go, and the best in the world challenging her.
I mean, I knew I was leading, but I definitely didn't want to focus on that because throughout my whole career, I've always been leading, and then I see that I am, and then something happens.
The Olympic Games, when a lifetime can be altered in a matter of seconds. Dominique Dawes' floor, her strongest event. A tumbling pass she'd done perfectly hundreds of times. What happens to you when you come so close?
You go to the Olympics to medal, at least for your second Olympics you do. If you have a shot of, you know, medaling for on the Olympics and you make a mistake, it's, I mean, I guess it is me being hard on myself, but why shouldn't I be?
A few nights later, there was some salvation. This is her bronze medal performance in the floor event final. Difficult to believe that was more than a year ago. We'll be back.
Next week, NBC's Spotlight Show is Suddenly Susan with the world's funniest funeral. All aboard! And check out that guest list.
No one will even notice us.
Whoa, wanna bet? It's a funny and touching Suddenly Susan, the NBC Spotlight Show of the week, Monday.
Experience the raw power and sheer artistry. The exciting gymnastics event that sold out across America returns. The John Hancock Tour of World Gymnastics Champions, starring the Magnificent Seven, featuring Shannon Miller, Carrie Strug, Dominique Moceanu, Dominique Dawes, Amanda Borden, Amy Chow, and J.C. Phelps, together with a few good men, plus all-around gold medalist Lilia Podkapayeva. Friday, October 31st at Rosemont Horizon. Tickets at the box office. All Ticketmasters are charged by phone. Presented by John Hancock and Salon Selectives.
Holy cow! The market dropped big time. Better call my broker and put in a buy order.
You never did follow the crowd, JT. Is that why you're having breakfast for dinner?
Logistics, Cliff. I delivered papers at dawn. time for breakfast, so I eat it for dinner.
Try IHOP's best of the best breakfast. Pancakes with strawberry, blueberry, or cinnamon apple topping, eggs, bacon, sausage, ham, and hash browns, just $3.99.
Okay, Cliff. I'll explain supply and demand, but this is the last time.
Builders Associates announces the grand opening of Carrington Courts of Dynasty Lakes in South Suburban Hazelcrest. Enjoy elegant, carefree living set among the luxurious landscape of Dynasty Lakes with townhomes and single-family homes from the low 200s. We feature quality carrier equipment installed by Wilson Heating and Air Conditioning and distinctive whirlpools by National Bathing Products installed by K&L Plumbing. Townhomes and single-family homes from the low 200s in Hazelcrest. For a brochure, call Builders Associates at 1-800-207-8484.
You're watching the News Channel, News Channel 5.
She was America's sweetheart, the most popular gymnast. Has Dominique watched her not-so-glorious Olympic moment?
I've seen it. I can't watch it. I'm like, ah. It's so weird that I did that there, you know? Those stupid things you do. You don't know why they happen, but they happen for some reason. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. And you know what? I didn't even feel any pain until, like, maybe after, like, the day after. I was just a little sort of like, ow, my neck. But I guess I was really tough. A hard head.
Well, her head wasn't all that was hard. Returning to competition has been hard for Dominique. She has not fared well.
Well, Tom, it has been a really difficult year for her, both internationally and nationally. I think a lot of people expected so much more from Dominique following the Olympic Games after winning the gold medal. And maybe she expected much more from herself as well. But it has been a tough year. A lot of transitions, opening up a new gym, changing a lot of coaches, and just moving around the country. So I think she's finally settled and can concentrate once again on her gymnastics and what's important.
How do I get through one night without you? If I had to live without you, what kind of life would that be?
Well, she's also back in her comfort zone on the balance beam. This is the kind of routine that we're accustomed to seeing from Dominique. Very clean and easy. I have to laugh. When we had a little chat before the event, I asked her, what's new? She said, oh, I'm taller than Carrie Strug now.
There'd be no sun in my sky. There would be no love in my life. There'd be no world left for me and I. Well, baby, I don't know what I would do. I'd be lost
Dominique Moceanu.
And there's the Dominique we remember. Now Amanda Borden on floor exercise.
Welcome
You may have seen her in those
World
shampoo
Championship
commercials
team
recently, or
member
perhaps
Amanda Borden.
commentating at the National Cheerleading Championships.
Well, you're going to see an old floor routine from Amanda, but plenty of smiles. This is a routine she has a lot of fun with. And remember, she was one of the members in Atlanta that competed on this exercise.
Amanda Borden.
And also joining tonight's show is Amanda's Cincinnati teammate, Christy Powell, co-national champion with Vanessa Adler.
I think Christy's still surprised at what's going on in this entertainment business. She's still getting used to the fact that she is entertaining the audience tonight, not competing. What you're going to see from Christy on this event is the bar routine she performed at the U.S. National Championships.
Tragedy, I've been close to folks in mind. Have you ever felt the pain so powerful, so heavy you collapse? No,
Not only is Christy the national all-around champion, she's the bar champion as well. Stick with us, there's more gymnastics to come.
You owe it to your children. You owe it to your parents. But will you have to risk your own retirement to care for a parent or educate a child? Into whose eyes can you look and say you just can't help? For in both, you will surely see your own.
Remember when phone calls were simple? Well, AT&T's making them simple again.
How simple?
Calls from home for one low rate to anybody in America anytime.
Anytime, no restrictions.
No restrictions.
This is AT&T. One low rate.
To anybody in America all the time. There is no time when this is not the rate.
953.
Why is this so hard to understand? Am I just being unclear? I thought I was doing so well.
I'm switching to AT&T.
All right, so we're making a little progress.
No restrictions, no games. The AT&T one-rate plan.
On the Pro Tour, as in the world of business, even the top performers depend on professional advice and counsel to offer them an independent point of view, a fresh perspective, an edge against the competition.
A little bit more in front of you.
Because in both golf and in business, the right advice can make the difference between merely competing and being at the top of your game. Coopers & Lybrand, advisors to the world's leading companies.
Honey, did you get the stuff for next weekend?
Yeah, it's in the fridge.
Whoa! Saturday we have Michael Jordan and the Bulls and Notre Dame USC.
And game 1 of the World Series.
Then there's Sunday's NFL doubleheader.
Cowboys, Jags, Jets, New England, Oakland, Denver.
And World Series game 2.
Oh, can you say big weekend on NBC?
I think we just did.
Welcome back to Miami, and for more on the Magnificent Seven, you can visit their portion of the NBC website. Keep up with the reunion tour at www.nbc.com.
Next up on the beam, three-time...
Well, now on the beam, from Belarus, now 24 years old, Svetlana Boginskaya, three-time Olympian.
Of course, what you're going to see in this routine is not your traditional way of mounting the beam, doing your routine and dismounting. This is completely choreographed from start to finish.
That cannot be shaken. It is deep within me, for I
24 years old, and she's still going strong. Also a member of a New York dance company.
you and I are yesterday's answers. The earth of the past come to flesh. Eroded by time's river to the shapes we now possess.
Her home is in Houston, Texas, and she still trains 3 hours a day, but she is one busy lady putting on clinics and motivational speaking tours. She still travels to Europe quite often.
Come share of my breath and my substance, and mingle our streams and our tongues. In bright infinite moments, our reasons are lost in our lives.
Svetlana Boginskaya.
And now Amy Chow on bars. Amy, we mentioned earlier, going to Stanford, studying pre-med. She is an excellent student, excellent pianist, too, by the way, in addition to her gymnastic skills.
And Tom, she is most excellent on this event. Remember, a silver medalist at the Olympic Games in Atlanta. And this was the routine with the exception of one less twist on the dismount.
Of all the team members, she seems to me the most likely to be able to step in right now and win another gold medal.
She's amazing.
Amy Chow. Well, when you think of Atlanta, what's the first image that comes to mind?
I think the first vault trashed my ankle. You know, the second one obviously did not help at all, but I really don't think I could have walked off the floor falling and just given up. I think for myself, I would have always looked back and been like, I can't believe you did that. You know, in the gym, we're trained to be perfect and to strive for perfection, and you don't ever finish a practice with a fall or a bad routine. You always go up there no matter how tired you are or what's hurting, and you do it. And I can't imagine being on national television and with all those fans there in America. And you know, in the Olympics, you're not just competing for yourself, but for everyone that's helped support you and help you get there in your country. And it's not right just to walk away.
She didn't walk away. Instead, embarked on a whirlwind course of adulation she could never have imagined.
At first, I was just so starstruck and timid and shy and, oh, do I belong here? And I'd always question myself, why am I here? Why do people like me? Why do people look up to me? Because I had never seen myself in that position before. And now, I mean, I take great pride in it. It feels really good that people come up to me and say, you know, you inspired me, and having an impact on little kids. I mean, it's a great feeling.
And now Carrie Strug reunited with her Olympic teammates, and it's interesting to watch the body language. She's not totally comfortable being back with them yet.
Well, she wasn't part of the tour, as we said, last year, so this is really her first year, and she is getting used to the entertaining. She chose this piece because she wanted the audience to be able to relate to this piece of music, and she wanted to do a complete 180 from what they're used to seeing. A serious Carrie Strug. This is a fun Carrie Strug. said this is a whole new world of gymnastics for her, and she's really enjoying this entertaining side of the sport. And for those who are wondering if she's coming back internationally, she has no plans.
How can you top Atlanta?
Carrie Strug.
Still as popular as the old Carrie Strug.
They are the sheep, and we are the shepherds. We tell them that college is the doorway. We tell them to prepare for the future. But the question remains, will we?
For as long as anybody could remember,
I'm going to get my pictures from Paris.
Dorothy talked about having her picture taken in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Always been my dream to have my picture taken in front of the Eiffel Tower.
And finally she did it. And how was Paris?
The picture of a lifetime.
To cut your head off.
Oh! She should have had a Kodak Advantage camera with 3 picture sizes for better pictures.
Thank you. Thank you for calling Saturn. This is Jeff. How can I help you?
On an averagely busy day, we'll have about 1,000 calls.
My horn was beeping whenever it wanted to, by itself.
Oh, gosh. So I can pull up your service history records here.
So you have all of this.
I try to treat everybody that I speak to like they're my favorite aunt.
Now, do you want my home phone number?
Yes, ma'am. You really are part of family, and there are people here who care about you, and there are people here who are looking out for your best interests. Thank you for calling Saturn. This is Jeff. How can I help you?
Crisis line. I'm going to kill my husband. Here's how it's going to happen.
Every 9 seconds, NBC Sunday. Violent scenes, parental discretion advised.
Tom Hammond and Elfie Schlegel once again from Miami in the gymnastics reunion. Here's Dominique Dawes. We mentioned how she has embraced show business, appearing on Broadway in a production of Grease. She was also in a music video.
Dawes was with the artist formerly known as Prince in one of his music videos and said that that was one of the coolest things that happened to her in '96.
Awesome, Dawson.
In fact, the fancy buses the gymnasts are using on this reunion tour were last used on a Prince tour.
You taught me everything and everything you've given me. I always keep it inside. You're the driving force in my life. Yeah. There isn't anything or anyone that I could be, and it just wouldn't feel right. And if I didn't have you by my side, oh, you were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. No one else can be what you have been to me.
Dominique, along with many of the other Olympic team members, were at the National Championships in Denver last August, and she said, you know, watching the championships, I really felt like I wanted to be out there. I don't think she's counting Sydney out.
It's hard to imagine a major competition without her. She's been around that long. And now a beautiful young woman.
I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars.
This has been her trademark dismount.
I just want you to know.
Dominique Dawes.
And from Dominique, one of the veterans to one of the newcomers, the co-national champion in 1997, Christy Powell.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, said the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell.
Well, I think Christy's getting into the swing of these exhibitions. No judges in this event.
Christy Powell.
One of the special guests on this tour is Lilia Podkopayeva from Ukraine, the all-round gold medalist in Atlanta.
She's the 1996
Well, Tom, she is indeed
Olympic
a special
gold
guest.
medalist.
This is
Ladies
truly
and
a
gentlemen,
performance.
please
Definitely
welcome
one of my
from
favorites
Ukraine,
from the Atlanta
Lilia
Olympics. And you'll see
Podkopayeva.
the exquisite choreography, not to mention still an excellent skill level. Lilia was unable to compete at the recent World Championships. Had an ankle injury there. A lot of people wondering if she'll still come back to international competition. And she says, yes, I have plans to.
No, I can't forget tomorrow when I
Received a hero's welcome when she returned to Ukraine after the Atlanta Olympics. Everyone recognized her, had a new apartment building she moved into. But, you know, I love her nickname. The other gymnasts call her Lillipod.
Certainly be nice to see her back on the international stage. She's been seriously missed.
Lilia Podkopayeva.
And now to perform, Kim Zmeskal, America's first world champion. Won that title back in 1991. She's moved to Cincinnati now and is an assistant coach to Mary Lee Tracy.
Tom, she is as happy as can be. She's back in her world. She loves to perform. You're going to see memories from those world championships in 1991. And she can still tumble.
In fact, this In the Mood music, isn't that the music she used in 91?
Yes, it is. One of her trademark tumbling passes.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight.
And the fans are obviously in the mood for that performance by Kim Zmeskal.
Now that's the way to tumble.
Back to Miami
Kim
in just a moment.
Monday on Caroline, Richard's deepest, darkest secrets are revealed.
This is a nightmare.
When Annie dates Richard's therapist.
Loser!
And he's telling it all.
Does Richard ever have any sexual fantasies about me?
I hope you've got some time.
Hello. Then it's The Naked Truth, NBC Monday.
With all of our convenient locations, about the only thing easier than buying one of our suits is finding one of our stores.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Visit Mill Creek in historic Geneva, Illinois. With over 670 acres of open space, Mill Creek features an elementary school and a 27-hole golf course. With homes priced from the 280,000s, Mill Creek provides energy-saving York heating and air conditioning, custom floors and Esquire ceramic tile by Douglas Carpet One, and Siegel's Building Centers, the professional choice for cabinetry, millwork, and lumber. Gracious living from the 280,000s in Geneva. For a brochure, call Shodine Incorporated at 1-800-935-5959.
Carson's Pork Chops.
Sizzling. Take it to go. Take it to go. Tangy. Take it to go. Mouth-watering. Take it to go.
A complete pork chop dinner tonight. To place your order now, call 1-800-GET-RIBS.
Carson's.
You're watching the News Channel.
The News Channel, News Channel 5.
Welcome back to Miami. Also joining this reunion tour are members of the U.S. 96 Olympic men's team, including Blaine Wilson, the two-time national champion, who's taking some time off from his senior year at Ohio State to appear on this tour.
And Tom, like Harry, Blaine was not part of the tour last year, so this is a wild experience for him as well. He actually decided to keep his eligibility and go back to college instead of making some money. This is his event, however. He was a finalist at the Olympic Games in '96, placed 7th. He's national champion, and you can see why. Blaine and the team just came back from the World Championships. The men placed 5th as a team, and Blaine was actually leading halfway through the competition. He had a couple of mistakes and finished 10th overall.
Blaine Wilson.
And now Cheney Humphrey, the former Bruin, a UCLA graduate who has been accepted to the UCLA Medical School. He'll start sometime next year.
This is definitely one of Cheney's best events. The audience is going to love it. This guy can fly.
There's Cheney Humphrey. Looks like he's ready to box. And here is someone that is ready. The main event, John McCready.
Well, you know, John is fully accessorized for this floor routine, but let me tell you, he has got a great set planned, one of the best tumblers in the country. And, you know, he's just coming off of shoulder surgery, has bags of ice that he places on his shoulders after every practice, after every show. They call him the Iceman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
I think he meant let's get ready to tumble.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
John McCready.
And now, perennial national champion John Roethlisberger. The recently married John Roethlisberger, his wife, Kelly.
Well, you know, John was getting ready to retire after the '96 Olympic Games. Everybody wanted to know just how much more can you take? And he said, you know, I am just having way too much fun in gymnastics. I think I'm going to go another 4 years. Successful in making the 2000 Olympic team. It will be his 3rd Olympic Games.
Roethlisberger.
And when we come back to Miami, the ladies return.
You are a messenger of hope, and the only one in whom the future can be entrusted. Is it not time, then, to prepare for the journey ahead? You are a survivor. You are alone, but you are strong.
My name is Kimberly Castellanos. I'm 14 and I play footwork. We're at the Reebok Cup.
Oh, we're watching it, we're thinking about it, dreaming about it.
The tension can get pretty wild, especially if it's championship game.
Either like play tough or else you're gonna be like on the ground.
Being together is like the best part of like. I hope to make the national team when I'm older, but it's gonna be a lot of work. And I'm gonna try my hardest to do it. I'm gonna give it all my heart.
Come on. Okay, I'll be back on Tuesday. The number's on the fridge. I color-coded all your meals so you won't be confused. The blue one is a beef dish. B is for beef. The pink one's a pork dish. P is for pork. You get the idea. The green one is for vegetables. It should be violet for vegetables. But I thought you might see violet but think purple and interpret pork, which would defeat the whole purpose of convenient color coding altogether. 4 minutes on high, stir halfway. Bye, guys.
So what do you guys want for dinner, blue or pink?
Did somebody say McDonald's?
I hope Mom color-coded breakfast, too.
Sunday at 12 noon Eastern on the NFL on NBC, the Dolphins, the Jets, Marino and Miami face O'Donnell and high-flying New York, the Bills, the Patriots, Bruce Smith and Buffalo battle Bledsoe in first place New England, or the Oilers and the Bengals. The NFL on NBC, Sunday at 12 noon Eastern.
Once again, the sultry Svetlana Boginskaya.
They call her the Belarusian Swan. Welcome to the floor exercise, Svetlana Boginskaya. Svetlana Boginskaya.
And up next, Shannon Miller. Can it be? She's only 20 years old. It seems we spent a lifetime in the gym with her. And one of her finest moments, the beam gold medal in Atlanta.
I was really nervous, and my wrist was killing me, and you know, I knew I had one more event to go, and I was really happy to be able to, you know, still have another event left. And warm-ups, they didn't go that great, but once I got out there and stood on the podium, it was like, okay, I'm supposed to be here, and I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna give it 100%, and that's all anyone can ask of me. And so when I finally started mounting the beam, I was really calm, and I think that helped me a lot.
This is the only thing Shannon Miller wants, needs to add to her Olympic trophy case, an individual Olympic gold medal. Right here, tumbling pass on the beam.
2 layouts. She's on. And this move, folks, at home, is called the Miller.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. She is saying, stick the dismount, stick the dismount.
And now, over a year later, a more mature Shannon Miller.
Tom, I can't help but think back to that day in Atlanta when she won the gold medal. I don't think I've ever seen her so focused on this event. You know, she takes great pride in being the most accomplished beam worker in the world. And this event, she says, was her most precious medal.
Champion Shannon Miller.
Shannon Miller, who has given us many moments in time.
This is the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Here's Hannah Storm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our New York studio once again and the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. We'll wrap things up from the Olympic gold medal gymnastics reunion in just a few minutes. But first, last night in Miami, the Florida Marlins took a 2-1 lead over the Atlanta Braves in the best-of-7 National League Championship Series. Bob Costas, Joe Morgan, and Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, look ahead to tonight's Game 4 of the NLCS.
Hannah, through 5 innings in Game 3, the Braves' John Smoltz was delivering the kind of postseason performance we've come to expect of him. He had given the Marlins only 2 hits, and he'd struck out 8, and he led 2-1 as Florida came to bat in the bottom of the 6th. But then the Marlins began to hit him hard. They had tied the game at 2 apiece. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs. The rally caps were out. Charles Johnson at the plate, and he'll take this slider from Smoltz and slam it into the left center field gap. Ryan Klesko made a valiant effort, diving headlong to try to come up with it, but he could not. It went to the wall for a 3-run double, clearing the bases, making it 5-2 Florida, and that became the the final score as the bullpen with Levon Hernandez, Dennis Cook, and Rob Nen nailed it down. Afterwards, Johnson visited with our Jim Gray about his game-winning hit.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Well, Charles Johnson, you're 0 for 15 against John Smoltz. You've struck out 11 times, and then you get up there and pop that double. What were you trying to do? What was going through your mind?
I tell you, he's been getting me all the time with that slider, and pretty much after the first 2 at-bats, I came back in the locker room, and I sat in my locker, and Jim Eisenreich came over, and he told me, CJ, just relax a little bit. You know, try to drive that fastball down the right field line, you know, so you have a chance to see that slider. And I went up, and I told myself just relax a little bit more, and I was able to get a slider to hit.
How has this team been able to maintain their poise with everything that has gone wrong with Alou, and then Hernandez goes out? How have you guys managed to stay together and just battle through all this?
It's been tough. It's been tough, but we have a lot of guys with a lot of character on this team, and everybody's been battling all year. And, you know, it's tough to lose Alex like that. And, you know, we hopefully Morsey can come back in tomorrow and play. But it's all been a team effort all year, and we just got to keep it up.
Congratulations, Stu Charles.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let's send it back up to Bob Costas.
So now here's the good news for Florida. The Marlins lead the series 2-1. But the bad news, question marks surrounding their starting rotation. Alex Fernandez done for the postseason and his future in some doubt because of the torn right rotator cuff. And then, prior to Game 3, Jim Leland tells us that Kevin Brown isn't even at the ballpark. His scheduled Game 4 starter stayed home for Game 3 because of a stomach problem.
Well, he was not only worried about Game 4, Bob, he was worried about the rest of the series because the problem with Brown was serious. But the win in Game 3 gives Leland the option to use Leiter in Game 4 and possibly give Brown another day's rest.
Meanwhile, the Braves found out that their troubles in the field and sometimes on the bases continue, and this is very uncharacteristic for a club of this quality.
Well, you're right. In Game 1, they played poorly. They lost. They played very good defense in Game 2, and they won. Today, they played very poor defense, and they also ran the bases improperly.
Well, Game 4 is scheduled for 7:30 Eastern Time. We'll be back with you then. Hannah, take it away.
Thanks, Bob. The Marlins outlighter facing the Braves' Denny Nagel in Game 4 tonight. Meanwhile, in college basketball, the University of Michigan announced the firing of basketball head coach Steve Fisher a short time ago. Earlier this week, an outside firm revealed 3 minor violations in the Michigan basketball program. Fisher led the Wolverines to the national title in 1989. The announcement came after the 6th-ranked Michigan football team hosted Northwestern this afternoon in a rout. And still, they had the Red Wings Stanley Cup on hand for inspiration. Michigan quarterback Brian Griese with a 10-yard touchdown pass to tight end Jeremy Tooman to give Michigan the 10-point lead. And then in the 4th, Griese faking the handoff, and he's nearly sacked, but escapes and connects with Tooman for his 2nd touchdown pass of the day. Michigan went on to win it by a final of 23-6. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, number 11 Michigan State at Indiana. Nick Saban has the Spartans off to their best start since 1966. Cedric Urban already with 1 touchdown. Here's his 2nd. A 56-yard run. The sophomore tailback finishing with 3 touchdowns, 306 yards in total offense as the Spartans go to 5-0. In the ACC, Wake Forest at number 5, Carolina. Homecoming for the Tar Heels, but not so easy early. Carolina finally got it going in the 3rd. Jonathan Linton takes it in from 4 yards out. First touchdown of the game. Tar Heels go up by 4, and then their special teams take over. The block punt, and Steve Fisher picks it up and takes it in for a touchdown. Carolina went on to win by a final of 30-12. Linton with 2 touchdowns on the afternoon. Number 8, Auburn, a winner at home against Louisiana Tech. Senior quarterback Damian Craig passed for 355 yards and 4 touchdowns. They host Florida next week. Texas A&M, big win over Iowa State. Sir Parker with an 80-yard TD run and a 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Air Force, a 3-point winner over Navy. The Falcons off to their best start since 1985. Kansas State Wildcats, a 30-point winner over Missouri. And number 23, Virginia Tech beat Boston College 17-7. Meanwhile, the NFL kicks off Week 7 tomorrow with the NFL on NBC at noon Eastern. And one of the most improved teams in the league this season is the New York Jets. Running back Adrian Morrell says the team is still learning how to win.
I think this team could be really good, but who knows? We still got like 10 games to play. Last week we had a bad game, and we still found a way to win the game. Last year, that would have been a loss for us. So, you know, that's definitely an improvement in my book, in my mind, the confidence that this team has in each other to just keep digging and finding a way to try to win games.
More from Morrell on the NFL on NBC tomorrow at noon Eastern, followed by 3 1 o'clock games. Bill Parcells and his 4-2 Jets face Jimmy Johnson and the 3-2 Dolphins. In another AFC East showdown, the division-leading Patriots battle the Bills. Also, the Bengals are in Tennessee to play the Oilers. That's all from the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Remember, the National League Championship Series continues tonight at 7:30 Eastern on NBC. We'll return to the Olympic gold medal gymnastics reunion right after this.
This has been the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
Someday there will be no subways or corporate ladders to climb. If retirement is a bridge to be crossed when we get there, then we must accept whatever lies ahead of us. If it is one we must build, then let us begin.
Announcing the all-new home video, Gymnastics Golden Moments. Call 1-800-664-6688 to relive the unforgettable memories from your favorite American superstars. Rigby, Retton, Connor, Gaylord, Zemeskel, Dawes, Miller, and many more. Call 1-800-664-6688 to order Gymnastics Golden Moments for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. All gymnastics legends, all on one video. 1-800-664-6688.
Justice, all is forgiven in Atlanta.
The Olympic Gymnastics Gold Medal Reunion is brought to you by John Hancock, worldwide sponsor. Insurance for the unexpected, investments for the opportunities. By Honda, vehicles designed to help simplify your life. And by the Document Company, Xerox.
Well, Tom, when you ask each one of these young ladies their experience from '96, they all say it's been great to come back as a team together. They are friends, they bonded, they went down in history together.
A final curtain call for the Magnificent Seven. For Elfie Schlegel, this is Tom Hammond saying so long from Miami.
Notre Dame football, the baseball playoffs and the World Series, the NBA, the Breeders' Cup, the National Football League and the Super Bowl, and the 2000, 2002, and 2004 Olympic Games, all on America's sports leader, NBC.
Sunday on Men, what would you do if you caught your girl with another guy? Ooh, Harry. And your new roommate's the one who set her up. Uh-oh, time for revenge. Then on Jenny.
We got the judge.
Can you imagine the ladies working at the hottest club in Hollywood?
Celebrity!
Can't tell you who. Men and Jen, NBC Sunday.
Now more than ever, families rely on children.
It hurts just a little.
For checkups, specialty care, home health care,
It hurts here.
and of course, the #1 children's hospital in the Midwest. Now, children's care is close to home at convenient locations in Chicago and the suburbs. To find out more, ask your pediatrician or call 1-800-KIDS-DOC. After all, when it comes to caring for kids, there really is only one.
Don't miss the best home value in the Orland area. Announcing the grand opening of Pepperwood in Orland Hills. Single-family brick homes priced from the 160s. Convenient to transportation, shopping, and excellent schools, Hart's Construction features Alcoa exteriors distributed by Richards Building Supply. Award-winning landscape with computer graphic design by Dutch Barn Landscaping. And quality Norco windows